And of course,
So FUT on defense, BBL on attack. And we got no raid boss, but BBL go for BBL go for the Sheriff on the Viper and 4 ghosts.
Even if the stakes were low, I'd expect them to come in swinging to try and take down
But get the buff of having a KO. I feel like they always. I just like watching FUT with a KO.
Praising his jet quite extensively. I'm excited to see what he can do on this agent as well. Never been a slacker.
Yeah, on this map he was playing Sage. They've tried Raze. They've tried a few different things. Even at one point,
yeah, BBL will take this.
On Neon on this map. But the fact is, it definitely hasn't been the most comfortable of choices, especially when you compare to Kushner on the other side. But I'm never going to doubt CNED in any of these scenarios, and he may not be in spot for this round. But you've got both initiators there, a lot of information.
Yeah, the call gets made to go over towards B, they got a luck over towards A, and does CNED decide to rotate? Doesn't look like it. They just wait for the smoke to go down in terms of the wall, wall goes down, they decide to hit, and a great flash, man. Yeah, it's unbelievable flash.
And win them. Nice little double to open things up. Brave, the one to find that second, is FUT now find themselves locked out of B. And it's going to be tough to find their way back through. They've got a Viper wall to try and block out those longer range angles, but BBL have taken a lot of their players onto the site.
Needed a kill and not going to find one.
They are not messing around with this one. Holy, this was good. Wait for the wall to go down and just insta-pop double satchel into Skyflash.
In a match that says it's integral for them to make it through to the playoffs. A victory not only takes them to playoffs, but also wins them the group. That's how crazy this scenario is right now. They lose this series 2-0, they're out. They win it in any capacity, and they win the group. It's
yeah,
ridiculous.
It's so close in that group.
This Alpha group has ended up.
I don't recall stakes like this ever.
No, it's insane.
One match for top or bottom. Yeah. Incredible. I suppose it wouldn't be the bottom, right? That slot's already occupied, but, well, you're not really going to care if you're the first or second loser.
It's done over towards Showers so they can take the angle, and we have a triple stack. Yeah, looking like a Astralis or something out here. Oh, what the? Seen it?
Oh, you say that.
I felt like he wasn't ready for someone to be at that angle.
Captain with a classic.
Enzo's sweating backstage.
Well, a chance, but yeah, it's a very slim one. They've retrieved the guns as well. We'll take those through to the next round. The thing is, this BBL squad at times has been incredibly explosive.
And nicely handled from them. They did have 2 people that were allowed to die, so a great bonus for BBL. They get a full buy here.
But as you said, Liquid did the business earlier on. But it does seem like they're still going into this as confident as ever, knowing that the stakes there. And there is also a world, I want to say this, if they lose 2-1, there's a pretty decent chance they still qualify as long as the game is close. If they get smashed in the 2 maps and then win one close, maybe there's a way that they get eliminated, but I would say that that's a lot less likely.
Yeah, there's a couple clear-cut paths to playoffs for some of these teams, and then the rest of it gets pretty murky when it comes down to the
most
math behind it.
Just win.
Exactly. You win,
or you're in the
you
bin.
have a better chance.
That was it. That was Sue's quote.
There you
go. I pay attention.
Sometimes. Well,
hey, that's nice for BBL. As soon as they do the smoke, they kind of realize that. Oh.
It was just poor as the smoke faded. He's able to win that one.
And that's a
pretty
great
easily.
pick. And keep an eye on these two. It looks like these two are going to go aggro push.
Rocked up on that attack side, and no need to push. No overextension from the attackers. Confident now that
goes
they've
deep
got the
over
advantage.
towards long B, and they might get good timing on this. We need to check when Riazi's going to leave this angle.
Losing Mr. Farlan is 50% of that information.
That is devastatingly unlucky.
The timing on the Tiger, not the best, and not able to correct. It's a good recovery, and actually Cena continues to push. If
Cena keeps going.
He's going to end up spotting the spike. This could be a huge problem.
But he did spot the spike before.
For his opponents. It's going to be retrieved.
Oh, I don't know if he needs to do that. But
however, that's so much info for the rest of the team. Yedeje is there to kick things off.
Yeah, and the only person who can win this is Kushner over towards Showers.
Some support to play with here. Not able to use the flash up because he blind Yedeje.
Yeah, and he had to send it first, and the others had to wait. I mean, that's a solid round from FUT. Not enough damage to mean that this is swing rounds, and BBL got to win this. Otherwise, there you go.
Well,
hello, Pansy.
They're going to be devastated by that loss. Remember, this is the
lovely
third
cast.
I'm
enjoying the duo.
Up until these last few fights, which was utter domination. But they found the opening duel. And then lost out a little bit on the map control. The well-timed push out of FUT through Hookah. Round 4 sees that full buy right back up, though. A few players getting close to ultis as well. We could have a pit or an orbital strike for either side.
Still plenty available. But as you said, it's still just down to the firefights. Spreading an early net just to try and catch any aggression. They know that FUT will like to push them on this one. Obviously for BBL, this has been one of the maps they've struggled on a little bit more, losing in this split to Giant X.
And they wait out the flash and they take a lot of map control.
Losing to Koi as well. They're not the teams you really want to be losing on a map to.
Skydog goes in and they want to swing with the dog and the stun. That's pretty nice though. And once they clear this, make sure this is definitely a question mark. They group over towards here as the rotate comes in. So 3-2 stack. And BBL might have owned this. Where's the Viper smoke? Oh, okay. Wait, they put the Viper smoke here against the pop comp? They've just been doing that in practice, right? Because it doesn't make sense against the breach. You can just flash this, I guess. Or stun it.
Straight out ahead of it, looking for some fights. It looks like they're soon to get them. The bait as the plant is faked to attempt to draw them into open combat. Blast pack used, mosh pit in.
Yeah, and you've got a lot of delay at the moment on the plant. UTJ has double molly as well, so he needs to make sure he stays alive.
Swinging through the smoke is being caught. Yedishe finds Reezy, but BBL still have one player left behind on the side.
And Atta maybe out of position.
Already having taken down Mr. Fallen, it looks like he'll just about escape, but they're on his tail, about to see this double TP straight through.
I mean, they're going to Omen flash into TP.
The captain has confirmed it and is now closing the distance on the door. They'll open it, presumably with that snake bite, and leave Elite down in the dumps. In fact, no.
He's just going to wait for him. That is a much better play.
Just patience.
The captain will get it anyways.
Yeah, I think that he just waited for the moment that his teammates didn't go through the TP, knowing that he would eventually have to leave. This now leaves things in a pretty problematic scenario for the remaining pair of BBL. Hora's going to try and get aggressive. He's to win the fight, and the timing couldn't have been any worse. Now it's all on to
Hey, nicely done. We get an eco over towards here, so 2-4 on top of this. Going to be a low buy.
But nonetheless, the round has gone the way of FUT, and they will equalize early on.
No accounting for the fire rate, but if he had a Vandal, that could have worked out perfectly.
Do you know something cool, by the way?
left on CNED. What's that?
Now, someone can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure if both of these teams qualify, then every single Turkish player in EMEA will have made it into the playoffs, which is 13 Turkish players.
Yeah, makes sense.
Solo Turkish player left out.
Obviously, yeah, you've got Alpha,
Heretics and
you've got the guys over on Heretics.
Fnatic.
Yeah.
But that is impressive. 13 players in 6 different teams. You're getting close to a
Oh, man. We nearly got a double here.
Big Turkish players.
Listen, Tom,
Taking over.
You go back to 2021, 2022 and tell me.
So with the low buy, we get triple stinger, and they want to go fast on this one. One over towards showers.
I wouldn't think you're crazy. I'd understand it entirely. The region's only grown as
Omen flash hit 4 on short. That delays everything.
What they can do. It's good to see players like CNED though still
I like that they went back into the smoke over towards
massive resurgence.
default.
Good before, great in the past, and now back to excellence. BBL side looking to take over A with the weaker weapons. They've gotten a lot of space out of this. The utility sure delays the plan slightly, but at the end of the day, they're waiting for FUT to run out of utility and have to take these fights with weapons in hand.
Whoa, Brim ult used into the eco. Okay. Oh my god, we got everything used. Dude, BBL have used so many ults into this. The bold move.
But he's surviving. And these shots are not landing. Reezy on 20 HP, flanked out by Yedishe, leaves Elite with absolutely
yeah, can't get much worse than that. After winning the pistol, really. Win 2 in a row and then lose the bonus and then put double ults into ecos. We've seen that a lot this year.
He loses, the higher his headshot percentages. It's definitely absurd. And that's a round where, again, if you look at what was invested in terms of finances for BBL, you go, oh, a couple of kills, plant. It's not too bad. The unfortunate truth is what they invested in the ultimates. You got yourself the ultimate strike and the showstopper. I'm not gonna lie, that's making my feet shake.
The ground is shaking.
Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it.
All right, another big buy run for BBL, and good news is they're still kind of close to the other ults. They are putting their smoke here every single time against the buys.
The hustle to come in on a low buy round and say, hey, we're gonna bridge the gap somehow. This is how we do it. Isolating fights off orbital strike using showstopper didn't work. This showstopper, little bit better. Right,
and while it's happening, Cracks pushes in over towards showers as well. Yeah, they wrecked them there.
BBL found themselves investing all their credits into this one after using ultis in the previous.
This is nice though. Smoke pressure. Ult goes in. While this guy's looking for the pass in this TP, I imagine flash in. Double swing.
You might look at some of their compositions, go, okay, this
Cracks,
is
yeah, dude. I love watching this guy on. I mean, honestly, his raise is pretty legit as well. But I still love watching him on KO. Like him and Nismo on KO are just some of the best.
From the showstopper in showers. Now the remaining two, it's a decision of if you even try anything here. Obviously, you don't want to allow FUT to survive with this many players, but at the risk of your own finances, maybe wanting to keep something into the next round. For now, though, it did look like they were trying to challenge. I love the fact that
Are they just going to save?
Mr. Fowler just spamming into that smoke. And look how much health CNED has again. 2
Yeah,
HP
get the
last round,
3000s out.
You
got a lot of money here. Armory buy, that's about it.
Loses HP, gains critical hit points or something, a critical hit chance, perhaps. Nothing but heads.
He gains dodge.
Dodge, yeah, literally.
It's like, there's an 80% chance that your bullets won't hit him.
Oh, man, sometimes, I mean, if you were playing this guy from home, you'd say it was the ping, but, well, you don't have that excuse here. He's just better. 4 rounds locked in now for the defensive side as the clock runs down, and nobody will be taking those weapons out of BBL's hands, so they'll still have something to spar with coming in to round number 7. But for now, you can see the ult usage on the side of FUT finding a little bit more value than it did vice versa, and wow, Cracks the pop flash, isolates a 1v1 duel. We talked about this the other day when the guy wasn't even playing. Cracks' KO for me is a staple. I don't think I've seen a KO that impresses me as much and as consistently as this.
Okay, so they force into it with the save guns.
His everything is good.
They got a Seekers and kind of close to some of these ults.
That's the one thing I'm sad about.
The FUT money, I mean, we gotta have. We got some 9Ks, we got some 8Ks coming in over towards here. This is the worst start. Dude, the fact that BBL have only one pistol, that's it. The only reason they have two.
Taken this one to Ascent in the end when they could have taken it to Split, which is a map that both teams have looked good on. It's where I expected it to go. This round though, ult's back online at least.
Deep smoke again.
They can get the information of these aggressive pushes.
I feel like they should be taking showers and then just stunning across, right? But this makes sense. This is why I think it struggles against the breach, because you can just stun all of that line. Massive duel. Okay, BBL are good for this. Oh. They do the thing that they've been struggling to do though in terms of getting a plant here.
They've conceded it, and the plant has come through at this point. FUT are forced into that retake, but they won't be too upset about it. Look what
Brave has Molly.
When they put feet back on the site.
Elite has double Molly.
He's going up towards heaven, which makes me a little bit nervous. You also have to contemplate in the side of BBL, their post plans, Molotov on Brave could be in play. We can see his position on the map, and yes, indeed, he's playing that post.
Bro, the time is so low. Yeah, Brave's Molly's coming in now.
Relatively quickly as they move their way forward. Sure,
wait, his Molly missed.
Still haven't cleared out lamps, and this is where big problems could be brewing.
Oh, his Molly missed.
Still on that offhand, clean kill on the planter, or diffuser, pardon, and 3 in total. A nice position.
Yeah, they got a little bit close though. That wall managed to set up a little bit later, or I guess if they started diffusing earlier. I mean, they could just drop the wall anyway. It didn't really matter too much. It was nicely played by Elite. I think they had to plant here because there was different. Yeah, I think there's a Molly to mean that they couldn't plant here.
And then you buy your time here. They're like, oh look, they made a mistake. We can defuse it. Wall goes down, and this happens. Nice and easy. The last, not so much. It was CNED he was up against. They made it look effortless. 4-3.
Yeah, that was much better, and I wonder if FUT are gonna. Yeah, they're gonna keep doing their smoke over towards us. And if you're BBL, I think you might just try and stun again, get the stun back.
But if they keep it close all the way through, a map is enough. But that's the thing. I feel like we've seen so many players that come into the league this year that have been exciting. We can talk about Wu as of recent. We could talk about anyone on Heretics and KC, and I think you're going to excite most people. But Elite has been one of the real sort of standouts. This guy has been the reason that this team has been so unbelievably good.
This guy on site is going to get annihilated. Wait, they didn't pop it? Wait, what was this? Like comms?
Use the ult, but there's not really a way they can play off it.
Yeah, kept way back on this. BBL
that was shocking,
an
bro.
Alternate solution to breaking through this defense, and it's not going to be dry running it. At least you can't imagine it is. CNED sat in the corner. Thrash put through at a captain right up on it to trade through the wall, but doesn't need it. No, it spams like that from CNET, and that was blind fire to take down another player, to take down Elite.
Just as they win one, they lose one. And yeah, the timing of this was just off. It was like, I mean, 2 people sent it in and then they breach all.
Instead, he's hunting them in their spawn. And now the rest of FUT are on their way. 18 seconds plus some post-timer. Pora's got to hold on strong if he wants this weapon for the next, and no way to hit the shot on Cracks.
Huge round from FUT, and there's 2 people over towards BBL that can't buy.
Yeah, again, it creates a fairly awkward scenario for them, because FUT have been able to complete a few of these rounds with a fair amount of people surviving, whereas if you look at the other side of things, well, it was sort of that clutch scenario in the last round of Elite doing
we saw one site, yeah, but
a couple of players had some money to spend, but
it just doesn't make sense. You should just be popping it anyway. Like when it's such a big round, I think you just gotta send it.
I don't think I'd necessarily.
That's the thing with the breach. A lot of times you just gotta use all your util, dump it if you want to actually hit the sites.
I think that's been one of the bigger problems. Is once they're in the after plant, it's looked all right. It's been difficult to get there in the first place, though. FUT have been very proactive in the way that they're playing this defensive side, continuously pushing, but also just in different avenues every single time.
You can see it in this round as well, right? How quickly they're able to slow the play after Pora puts through his Rolling Thunder. This is something that
yeah, there's a real disconnect in the team.
Who's got his rifle ready to fight, but you're about to be flooded and Mosh Pit goes in. What are you gonna do? Run through that? Even with the stun up, they're probably gonna connect the kill. Timeout for BBL as they look to discuss these problems. Icebox is their pick, that's up next. So even a loss here would be understandable somewhat, but FUT haven't looked terribly shaky on Icebox. The Vitality game had issues, but honestly, they seem like issues you can solve with a little bit of rejigging, probably the composition.
They were glaring issues of, just not running yourself an agent that could really spot.
Oh, the flash over the top with the double swing. Yeah, I love this one.
I think that, like, realistically, I never feel confident ever going into a map versus FUT, because they're just a team that can sometimes just blitz anyone.
And the one thing coming in, maybe we talk about Ascent, but you know, the 82nd province for these guys, but the reality is BBL, we even had the conversation on the desk start of the week.
Again, they just take the map control without the flash, and they might be pushing all the way through, which is a little bit scary against the buy, but
I'd say a Turkish team will win the map.
Looks like the read's good. I mean, against a low buy.
Will be a Turkish map today, as will all the others. Here we go, though.
Riazzi's on top of this, but does he expect the off? Yeah, and CNED's just so far wide that...
Again, this pressure, but it's almost like a trading of places. The defense has taken control almost towards the spawn, and on the other side, they managed to get into the plant. You can see BBL trying to bait them in. They're tapping the plant just to almost get somebody to peek, give them a little bit of information, but that hasn't really been the case. FUT more than happy to try and hold their ground. Nade as well will make things a lot more awkward.
Ooh, shot, man.
As they try and pressure, they've got to be ready for a second player to be there. At a captain.
Is the guy who... Did the guy...
Oh, yeah,
okay, yeah, he did.
I
was wondering if Fusion actually saw, or if they knew about this guy, because I didn't know if this guy saw too, but I think he did because of the comms.
Once you hear these close steps, that's where your eyes drawn
Dude,
to.
FUT are very chill in the retakes. No one's making any mistakes. No one wants to put a foot wrong. Smoke goes out into the defuse. Yeah, it's very convincing at the moment. They look great.
3 rounds left to play for. FUT are in prime position to close this half out with a big advantage.
Yeah, literally they lost the pistol second round, and then one round where it was the retake where Elite managed to slam them back before they could get anything done. It has been a solid performance from FUT so far, and there are no slouches on either side of this map. Again, Viper's Pit still available for Elite.
All money once again, and that eco where they used all their ults really cost them.
As though they're using these early concussors in an attempt to try and slow down FUT, but it is not slowing them at all. They are pushing this again.
What is this flash?
Yeah, we start with the flash out of Cracks. The paranoia used, the nade now forcing them out of position into the fight, and that's exactly what FUT want. The kills found. And favorably for the defensive side with BBL trailing, and Pora tries to bridge the gap, loses the fight, loses the spike. Where is he going? CNED's blast packing around like a lunatic.
Dude, he's just out here dodging as Cracks is one-tapping everyone. Dude, what was this flash though through the roof? I don't even know. I don't even know how he's done this. Is he bouncing this down off something? Really cool.
Forward for a 7-3 lead and a statement start out to this series.
That was almost like, you know, the little guy talking smack, and then like
the KO wizard. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what he's throwing that off.
Look at me, and then Cracks just deletes everyone. And it has been like, just look across the board. Cracks 11-5.
Dude, it's such a nice flash.
6, 10-4. Like they are having a field.
He's close as well, so he can swing off a bit.
Fighting aggressively, and that's the thing. At this point, their opponents, as I said, setting up stuns to try and stop them being able to fight.
Yeah, I mean, he's just got one of the best KOs. Okay, BBL have had a bit of enough. We put another ult into an eco. This one probably isn't as bad.
Slowed down by the mosh pit. What a trade out. An ult for a cheap piece of utility, but one that's found so much impact in this series so far. Mr. Fallen might not be fragging, might not be leading from the front, but he's doing his job, and that's all he needs to do. This time, though, Captain goes down. Damage already done. Showstopper back in from CNED. Nade in from CNED. These players are in trouble. CNED just shredding them in laps.
Oh, dude, they used another ult into this as well. They've used more ults into eco rounds than they have buy rounds right now.
But you're only going to bring them down to your level. Welcome to your world, quite literally. Yeah. And a shot through the smoke's going to take you down pretty quickly.
And this is the problem. I think he's had that now for what, 4, 5 rounds maybe? It's been a long time that this Viper's Pit has been available, but they're not even getting close to post plants most of the time. It's scenarios where, again, it's just they're not getting showers control. Every time they try and wrap in through mid, it's just given up by FUT. FUT are allowing them the space. And while the B hits have mostly just been denied by utility, and then the rotations are in fast enough that FUT are able to hold. BBL definitely struggling.
Are they even going to expect him at elbow?
Elite, as said, he's been unbelievable this season, but
have to plant safe in the middle of the site.
HP, a Spectre, 3 players behind, and CNED is behind him.
Oh, that's absolutely no hope. That timing is incredible. I mean, we watched him the whole time, shift walking all the way around the 2 zeros out in the crowd. And FUT, well, if they keep up this momentum, it will only be a 2-0. It'll be a quick and clean one. Look at this from CNED, the nade kill after his back covered. They try to push him in front. He showstoppers. They come behind him to take him down as he's nading. Well, he's got cover. Then you got to run out of the nade. No, can't get out in time. There's just nowhere to go. Hey, I said his Jet's being good, and I didn't expect him to be a slacker on the race, but looks like he can draw around
have a lot of ults. Oh, yeah, it's the Nats ult.
At the moment.
The one where you can crouch in this little cubby.
Very impactful utility, and the guy's hitting heads.
Yeah, and now you've got the setup of
CNED Jules over the top of it. It's kind of nice.
Walk through, and CNED blocking off every angle you can jump through. No good option on B, in other words, but it's understandable that FUT have placed this immediately because, like the last few rounds, BBL have tried to fight into that A side of the map. It has failed miserably. They now get to put all of their players with flashes and information utility on the other side of the map as well. So either way, it's not going to be an easy take.
They want to go towards the Viper.
They do have themselves up to strike. Viper's Pit if they need it. Nothing spotted outside.
Yeah, nice info. This flash looks like it's going to hit a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Omen flash hit 4 on short.
Okay, they might know where it's coming from, but dealing with these players this time could be a different challenge altogether.
Oh my God.
Good flash, but
he hates the flash, man. That was nice from BBL. I have no idea how Poro got the first kill, though. That's what it felt a lot down to.
And finally, Viper's Pit
yeah, dude, he's had that the whole game.
4 versus 2. A lot of damage done, granted, but Orbital Strike in play. Viper's Pit already up. Spike planted, time ticking, shots coming close. CNED spams through walls have been unbelievable. At times, there's one through the pit, but it was Tracers. Orbital Strike pushes him back. His life should be fairly limited at this point. 1 HP, spamming with a Vandal and a Snake Bite that catches him as it unfurls. They even drop the pit to leave Yedajay in the open. And at this point, there's no way they
Alright, they got 4 in a pistol.
At the half, but BBL crept back up
a little bit rough.
4 is not ideal, but it's doable. Let's see how their defensive side's going to kick off.
Yeah, it's definitely not a death sentence. We've seen teams on this map in the past. Definitely struggle with the attack side. A lot of the time, it's the narrow choke points and also just the slow timing you almost have to go for to try and methodically clear a lot of those aggressive angles. And it's safe to say the Poor is definitely still believing that the squad could turn this one around. As I said, this map has not been comfortable for them pretty much all season. I think at kickoff, I think it was the first map of kickoff, they managed to beat Na'Vi.
The truck, yeah, there's so many things it can bounce off of, right?
That down to it being a first map of Na'Vi.
Especially over towards showers. Like when you want to bounce util like this, it's a nightmare.
Farriers up, but a slow approach from FUT. Now we saw BBL's initial 5-6 rounds. They were just planting their feet.
I like this from BBL though. They saw the knife and they insta-take the map control, which it covered. And then they disrespect because the knife is in theory cleared this.
That Viper orb has put a big problem up for them. It's synced with their walls.
Elite played this very, very well.
They've already lost a player on the way through. The defensive side can now just sit tight and wait for the reactions. And as we look towards Hookah, it looks like a lot of pressure will be on Brave with a frenzy up close and 3 players too. In fact, about to peek him. CNET wins the fight. Sight now under threat.
Oh boy, on your head, man.
From CNET. It's been perfect. And Cracks
Is he not?
up on the wall for one with the decay.
I mean, he's insta just landed, I guess. I think it was 13 HP or something with this. Bro, how did this one fall apart so fast? Oh no. Oh no. You did so good earlier.
Here we go. For the first time, Elite swings in and catches one. That's all. Seems like
okay, and at least they win a pistol each, but
what shots? I didn't see it.
I need to see his shots from
31 barrel with the prime. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the 11 months.
I'm thinking back to the pistol round.
What is this crack shot?
I think this last. Okay, the nade one was good.
Oh my!
This shot was ridiculous, and that was just so clean. Like, it's been fantastic. Putting him back in the Turkish team definitely seems to have...
Whoa!
Oh my god, it's incredible.
Whoa!
They've got the drums out and everything.
I like how it says the future is...
That's sick.
You're gonna need a bigger building.
Yeah, dude, it sounded loud as hell there. Look, that kind of unreal. Flash to go through.
Oh. Flash didn't catch anyone. Pora sat inside this smoke, was hoping they'd get a connection. Nothing lands, no more flashes for Reezy. They're just gonna wait for this smoke to fade. He's tucked up close, but they're watching it. Take a look at Ada Captain. More than ready for that push to take place, and
not taking any chances of this.
One player on mid, one watching Bath push. They've even got, I think it's Wingman. Yeah, he's up and on his way through Hookah. So they've cleared a ton of space, denied any aggression.
Oh, I like this from BBL though. Nice stack. Yeah, and they've chosen the right site. And they're going to be here early, which they might not expect, and the knife doesn't come up until 10.
But with these pistols and Turkish players, you never know what you're going to get. FUT though off to a good start.
Yeah, luckily FUT also have Turkish players, so they have the perfect counter.
Yeah, and no one wants to go over towards Lamps just in case there's some kind of shorty or bucky. Ah man, Cracks is great right now.
Hope begins, it fades. 10-4. FUT running away with this. I agree. Give him a sheriff and relax. This round, though.
I keep saying it like this from BBL, and then they get rolled. I mean, the stacks are in the right place. It's honestly feels like a bit of an aim diff when I watch a lot of it. The util's great as well from FUT, but
victory for BBL.
Like every time I watch these two, they're just aim diffing someone.
Alone having vandals could sometimes be enough.
Well, this guy has the best flash ever.
Definitely could be. Yeah, even those weaker weapons, don't underestimate the Bulldog. Maybe underestimate Mr. Fallen Stinger. You're all right for that one. But
oh, he's gonna get 3.
You can, I mean, he could definitely disrespect that. On a bonus, I would be so fine for him disrespecting that with the one way there.
The wall comes in play. They're just gonna battle with the toxins to see if one team can catch a timing.
He's an omen though, so maybe too much.
The mistake will take place.
Knife goes in, clears all the showers.
Space is taken immediately. Yedije pushing up. Keep an eye on if he ends up taking one of these orbs. But it is all just default play to take map control and set up for later kills. BBL trying to react to this a little bit, but ultimately sticking in their 3-2 for now. I guess that flash is going to come out of Reezy eventually, though, to clear. In fact, it's the Tiger that's on its way down long right now. And it looks like it has caught Ada Captain. Still, what do you do with the information? One player outside B long.
And the main threat is building up towards Hookah. No rotation yet from the side of BBL. They still don't have the info. The jump spot being attempted, but for now at least this has been avoided. Smoke will go down, but immediately CNED's gone straight through it. The shot from
At least kind of got info, but
Brave swinging has caught another couple. This is a solid hold when it comes to the B
yeah.
site.
And you to J as well. Got a full sight here.
20 seconds. May just even want to make sure that he holds onto the gun.
The Gecko flash, yeah, it was nice.
Looks like that's locked in at this point. No one to contest.
I'm in the Gecko flash. I don't know. Sometimes you can just send it, to be honest. As long as you got a flash. Originally go out. Like the problem is as well, because you don't even have to have good flashes now, because it's like if you do a flash that's really obvious, they have to turn from the flash, and then the Dizzy just shoots them anyway. And you can be full 180 on Dizzy, and it will still hit you for the same amount of time. So.
Little split second too late on the way through.
I think also the interplay there was just perfect. So you had
not like it's not like you have to be great with that.
When they then switch back, Reezy swings
pretty
again.
forgiving, I feel like, with another flash.
Obviously for FUT, yeah, it may have been a bit better if they could isolate those battles, but
I think that's the difference between CNED landing and getting that shot off and not, right? Is the flash just came in just as he died. But again, those things can be easy to have a little hiccup. A little bump in the road that you hit on the way through. Plenty more rounds for them to adjust course. And with 10 to 5 on the board, BBL have a long way to go before they're back in this in a competitive environment. Full buy up for FUT.
Flash goes over towards long as well. I don't know if they would take that info and just send it with it. Definitely group over towards B right now. You should know there's there's gonna be 3 with this A pressure. Oh, one way into Omen flash. Dude, look at this from BBL though. A little bit of pressure over towards B. Insta Skydog to clear all of this. 3-person can stay strong. Might even get a Brim rotate.
If put into place at the right time, could set them up wonderfully. And there you go. It's brought this to a halt. You can already see the rotation sprinting from Brave. The pot flash is good though. And actually,
pot flash is good, but
swinging off the back of it. Takes a bit of a risk. And Kushner's there. 2 kills immediately. Goes for a little bit more. Might have got a bit greedy. His teammates aren't really available to stop them.
And I just don't think they'll expect this guy long. Should have double kill.
More passive than you'd normally expect. He is waiting for them to drop out. Already finding the kill, and he won't quite get the second. But 11 HP for Cracks. Good luck.
That will be an impressive 1v3 if he can pull this across the line. That A hold was
when you know he's 11 HP, everyone's going to be pre-aiming for headshot pulls, so this pulse might be okay for some. Yeah, that is a nice attempt.
Luckily, that 11 HP.
You know the swing's going to come in for the headshot pulse, so I like the fact they went there.
For BBL, a good attempt out of FUT, almost the recovery.
Shout out to Riazi here. The clearance over towards long once they create pressure here was just perfect. Kushner did great as well.
They won't make that mistake again.
No, you can't imagine.
Yeah, Slimetry, that might have to be a thing, because the combo is very strong.
He also heard the player running back in spawn. He heard those steps on the metal, so you think there's one there, one in heaven? What are the chances they've got just a guy tucked away and that they're abandoning him to basically die in an isolated duel?
Well, economy-wise, but not in the best spot, but they do have that showstopper, null command, and a hero rifle for Yedajay, so still opportunities. This could be a good chance for BBL to really build up some of those finances.
Scared me, that one.
Allow for rebuys, but more importantly, they've got 3 ults that are 1 orb away.
Yeah, they got it.
Right? This is a round where for BBL,
the next buy round for BBL should be great.
And sure, it can be that, but it's not like you're going to see FUT run away with it and BBL go, well, at least we've got cash, guys. They're a little too far behind for that sort of carry on, but building up those ultimates coming into the next round, now that could be huge, to have that safety net that if things do get out of control, you can fall right back on it. If Kushner has a big round, he'll be right on a showstopper too. Well, he almost had a quick round. Yedajay dropped. One towards Pora. There's Elite picking up his Viper's Pit. The players on FUT have rotated around. Still, BBL are sat in positions. Reezy hasn't been given this up even late into the previous round, and we can see that Brave is also in spot. This could be both of those remaining ultimates farmed up right here and now.
Dude, next round is going to be so chaotic.
Flash out. It's going to give both players away.
Oh my god, this guy got util dumped. Hold up. Hold up, is that a one-way or is that normal? Okay, normal, but they managed to get guns. Cracks has 1 flash. These guys have no flash to get through this.
On the other side. As that plant now comes in, the nade is going to force Cracks into a bit of a more awkward position. And a captain immediately traded it. It's almost there for Cracks. But
oh my, that was close.
It's a safe pair of hands. And I want to say, I absolutely love watching the way the Pora plays this defensive side. It reminds me of like an old school DRX where you know the way they used to play split, where he just sits almost
what is going on, man? Dude, you can't spam it. Dude, I'm just gonna ban you, dude.
We need to stun here, I'm gonna stun here. We need to stun here, I'm gonna stun here. And that's all he's doing.
Yo, just get him.
Okay, they're playing a short, stun. Okay, they're playing towards showers, stun. And then he has, again, the aftershock that goes through the boxes to deny their run and cross onto the site. He's keeping his teammates safe. Is that going to be reflective on the scoreboard? No, no, it's not. You're not going to find anything from that. But he's basically orchestrating from
he was donating, yeah, but he's still spamming, bro.
It's a selfless role.
It doesn't change anything.
Go wrong in the future,
okay, this is the one. This is the round we were hyping up. We got 7 ults.
Might be the guy that wins your games.
We got 7 ults. We got 1, 2, 3. What's their loss bonus? 4. Honestly, with a plant they buy. Big round for BBL. Big round for FUT. Big round for everyone.
You saw even in that last fight, I think they delayed the nade a little bit, but the fact that the stun was lined up ready to go. Although it didn't come in on time, could well have gotten the kill, and I'm sure it will in the future. For FUT, 4 ultimates online. Can be a big dump of a round if they decide to go for it all in, but sometimes they've only needed the one. Big ult dump round, you know? Just dump.
I mean, this ult is giant, yeah.
Okay.
KO ult is giant. We didn't do any kind of anti-KO with the Viper playing over towards B, so they just run all the way over towards A, and you can't have any util that's going to stop your plant, so they get a free plant as well. That is a giant kill. Is he not? Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Just one-tapping everyone.
It leaves it all up to Brave. A 1 versus 3 scenario. Possible position.
Bro, they got no money left. Do the KO ult when they have so many ults this strong. Dude, BBL didn't do an anti-KO round.
Get onto that diffuser. He's done some damage, but doesn't even know the second player's there, and another one is wrapping him behind him.
Yeah, I think you gotta at least play the Viper. Like,
one of the hottest
I don't know, man. It's hard because you have the wall over towards B, but I think you should just be playing spawn, mollies or something. It's hard, I guess.
Those ults came through. The little homie came in and wasn't even needed. Look, it's so quick.
Yeah, look at the shots.
Tap on him. An afterthought. The showstopper from miles away.
The thing is, if he got headshot himself there, that would have been so silly.
Look at it.
Just the fact that he doesn't miss. He doesn't miss those.
That's intense.
Inside that watch party for FUT with 2 rounds left to go. It's only going to get louder. A timeout called by BBL. This is their second. FUT have yet to touch theirs. So if that comeback does begin, they've got time to touch base and make those adjustments. 2 timeouts left for FUT, 2 rounds left as well. BBL need a solution here and now.
Yeah, it's definitely been more competitive than what we've seen in some of their previous buy matchups.
Liquid game, I can
for the most part,
you want to watch it, I can upload the VOD.
Both maps, or the first 2 maps, they are out, and Liquid will take their spot.
Yeah, Liquid VOD is up.
Very last second, everything will have aligned for them to go through. If BBL win a map, especially with how close this first one has been, that will likely be enough
Symmetry.
to send them into the playoffs.
Bro,
I'll be honest,
you're a mentalist,
dude.
Been
fantastic in this
61.
They've had many doubters.
Bringing yourself up to 444 subs.
But they have shown up.
That's insane. Chat, you know what to do. Get the Slug Oilers out. Perfect timing as well in the timeout. Holy hell. 444 subs. Telemetry, man. Thank you so much.
They will overtake Na'Vi if they win this series.
If anyone got gifted, make sure you say thank you to him.
And they'll be the #1 team in there.
Make sure you say thank you. Shout out to you, Telemetry, man.
Mad
Mad appreciation, dude. You've done so many in like, you've done so many in the past month. It's insane. Thank you for all the support, bro. The Oil Baron himself, dude, is nuts. Thank you so much, Telemetry, man. Thank you, thank you. And Kylo Ren as well in the YouTube chat. Thank you so much for that as well.
And a Na'Vi game as well. Like there's just been for them to have all these accolades and potentially
hello to the Philippines as well. Yeah, Team Secret game was close.
But it's a reality that they're now
I feel bad for them. But honestly, I'm telling you, missing Shanghai is not the worst right now. That's the big cope.
Was that his teammate's nade? I'm looking at where CNED is. I don't think he's got a lineup from there.
He also still has his name.
That also does it. You never know, though. He's about to get 2 kills. They just gave him in advance.
Dude, he went right up to him. They call a cancel. Where are they going? Wait, where are they actually going? We got 30 seconds here.
You're gonna offer me a trade from the shadows for a
Alright, guys, chat, get ready with the melons. We got to get ready with the melons because...
Brave could be everything. They've not checked. They've not checked. He's just going to try and drop the spike.
Whoa.
The second player, if he kills the player with the spike, he might
Whoa.
win the round, but he's only done damage. Still, though, Kushina's now here, waiting with the rifle. First player dropped. Still, that spike is coming, but it's gone down. It's trapped. I think they've just about done enough. It would have to be the kills for FUT, and it is not happening. They managed to win the round purely based on time. Brilliant from BBL.
Yeah, nicely done from BBL. Everyone in the right position. Blocked off over towards Showers. Viper all blocked off short. Nothing to do but 30 second cancel. A 30-second cancel over towards B. And then didn't check the corner. And then the guy didn't get any.
But the thing is, even that just burnt time. Slowed them down. It allowed players into the site. A lot of that came off Kushina. And just dropping them
Rando as well. Thank you so much, Rando Gen. Appreciate the gifted. Hey, what the? And again, Slimetry, man. Thank you so much, bro.
If he doesn't even do the damage and so on. What an incredible round and a narrow margin to stay alive here. 3 rounds in between them. And BBL,
dude, what a mental round this was. And we go into this one, and everyone decides to buy, and we got 2 people that can buy next, and this would be a proper reset. And there's no ults.
Swap things up. I think they're going to look at that as a blip. They lost to what was a Viper's Pit thrown in and a Showstopper. Like,
True.
2 things that are not available in this round. And to just try and blitz when you know your opponents have, firstly, the utility to slow you down, but also now the weaponry.
Flash hits, they feel confident to hit the 3-person, I mean, keep the 3-person stack. Dude, CNED's just going to absolutely send it. There is no util here. Wait, there is no util in any of that. Wait, what happened here?
The spike retrieved, but a 2 versus 5 after the chaos of initial engagements.
We got double flash comp. Where, what happened?
But finding this round now seems very difficult with 20 seconds
It's
to
a
get
rough,
that spike on the ground.
it's a rough one to lose. 2-4 loss bonus.
Save. This attacking side conceding a round to BBL and putting 11 to 9 on the board. Tom, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a pause out of FUT, because this gap has now narrowed massively.
Yeah, I think it might be a moment for guys to try and talk things through. I think also just a lot of what this B-site defense has been is the interplay between Brave and Reezy. I think their timing on when they peek off the flashes or off just players diving through is sublime. Like, Brave is so good at just finding angles to isolate fights, but he knows that other positions are being held by teammates at the same time.
Flash.
Where?
I'm so confused.
Now moving right up
I'm so confused by this one. Yeah, and I think this is a good timeout because that one didn't look great.
The FUT timeout. Still not getting too far out of control just yet, and obviously for them, less pressure. I do think
Mulak as well. Mulak with the Prime. Thank you so much for the 19 months, man. Appreciate the Prime usage.
Firstly, you skip the instant elimination stage. That is the first couple of matches, is you lose and you are out. At least if you finish first, you lose, you're still in the lower bracket. You get another opportunity to try and fight. Also, if you go into that first matchup, I believe you win 1 game and you've made it. You're already going off to Masters. So you skip some of the most dangerous matches and you get very high likelihood of making it over to China, which I'm sure after not being able to make it, being in the group of death.
Oh yeah.
Woo, thank you for saying thank you for saying thanks to Slimetry.
That's got to
love to see
a
that.
sort of bitter taste in the mouth of FUT, and I'm sure they're going to be wanting to get as close as they can.
Does Liquid make playoffs with a FUT 2-0? Yes. I imagine they are watching right now. Pretty scared. It's horrible when the fate isn't in your hands.
It's been confirmed now by BBL finding enough rounds. So there's no BO1s after. We're all going to be decided.
They're in the crowd? Yeah, you would be.
BBL, 2-round gap. They have done a fantastic job of pulling this game back in their favor after losing the pistol as well to start out this half. I thought that could have been FUT running away with it.
double hero gun and a chance for BBL to get their money even better, but with how strong that round was, the money's great.
That will be carried through. Still, there's a lot of danger, and this is a round that BBL have to approach with an element of caution.
Right there. Again. Just those couple of weapons to play with. It's a freebie.
Uh-oh, that's a free gun. Knife goes in, does hit one, so they might not realize that it's an actual free gun. Dude, and they just contact walked up. Snade is good, and with that info, they probably just insta-send it round. Wingman? Tanking the nade. Holy! Tanked a nade and a molly.
An extra rifle found. This is truly dangerous for...
Oh my god, there's 7 HP.
Breezy's almost dead too.
Only guy that can't get healed back
dude, they got a guy lurking in spawn. Oh, dude, it crumbled for BBL here. Yeah, 2 hero guns just contact walked up towards short. Yeah, they are. Literally, they are in the crowd. So Yumpy. Yumpy had a big smile on his head.
Just seen a meal clapping in the crowd. Yes,
They should have some honorary FUT merch for this game.
Yeah.
We got the fast kill, Cracks.
12-9.
Right?
I don't know what guys said.
Wingman MVP, bro, he tanked all the util. Okay, 3 chances.
About as clean as
could be one of my worst 3s yet, but 3 chances.
Still though, BBL have the finances to buy back up again. Pora 1 of his ult, Reezy 2, Operator for Kushner as well. Could be a game changer, and already that's Yedajay gone. He's been a nuisance in showers in the majority of rounds.
Yeah, it looks like they weren't expecting the op.
Player to take down as well. You're opening up this sight line for your operator. Without that Viper wall in play, they can't cross all too easily. And at the moment, you can see that's all they're waiting for. Smoke down. Out of Captain, at least able to block out some of these angles.
Skydog goes over towards B. And it doesn't spot anyone, so rotate's coming in. Might have 4 people here. Can the Wingman get the plan again? Yes, he can. And CNED goes into the smoke, the blocked vision, heaven, and then he gets that. That is an insane round from CNED. The lovely smoke as well.
No, it hasn't. It didn't. They destroyed it just in time. Okay, it's not going to run the clock down that much. They still have the disadvantage on the way back through. The defuse to be found, the stun going in. And the players not yet found. Out of Captain, isolates a 1v1, loses it. Reezy on another Mr. Fallen, no!
Yeah, and he can just play off his teammates' contact now.
And now he steps it up for
and this
the
crossfire is too strong.
Elite, the last man standing, caught off guard by
great
CNED.
round from CNED. Holy. Yeah, CNED and Cracks here were farming.
But that's their pick, Tom. Up next is Icebox.